Welcome back to the Scary Valley Podcast. Pete,
Yes.
it's Thanksgiving.
Yay! I don't know why I said that. I don't care.
It's the day before Thanksgiving when this comes out.
What day is Thanksgiving this year?
October?
Sounds right to me.
Sounds right. It's a Thursday.
Okay. That's Thursday.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure Wednesday is Odin's Day.
That doesn't make any sense.
That's the way things are, man.
Wow. What's Loki's day?
I don't know. He seems like a Saturday guy.
Yeah.
I don't I don't think Loki gets it. He's just like an adopted brother, right?
Oh, it's rough.
It sucks. Sucks to be Loki. No, maybe Sunday. That's like a low-key day, right? You just kind of hang out, chill, don't do much.
And because he's a bad guy, it's like Sunday. It's great until around 6:00 when you realize life begins again.
You know what though? I like Mondays. Mondays are okay.
Okay, reverse Garfield. Bizarro Garfield.
And I hate lasagna. It's the damnedest thing. It's like they made him just to mock me.
And you love dogs.
No. But I don't like Tuesdays. Because
How do you
Mondays...
feel about mailmen?
About mailmen?
Doesn't he not like the mailman?
I do like the mailman. Maybe I am reverse Garfield. My mailman's name is Anthony. He's
You're
a good
wearing
guy.
orange today.
I'm wearing orange. Yeah, go Bandits. Season's starting soon.
Who cares?
I do. A whole bunch of people do.
Nope.
You know what? They had to restructure the whole league this year with the salary cap because that's how good the Bandits are.
Nobody cares about this.
There are tens of us.
This is our now annual Giving Thanks episode.
What's now annual?
Because we didn't do it the first Thanksgiving we did this podcast because we had not created it yet.
I'm just trying to fit now annual into the annual, biannual,
Oh, it means
semi-annual,
sex with all days.
all the time.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter which god you are, we're going to bang your day.
That seems like a Thursday thing.
Definitely a Thursday thing. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, that's right.
All right. So what are we doing? We're giving thanks.
Yes, last year we gave thanks to Sam Neill.
He's awesome.
For his gifts of Possession
That's such a good movie.
and In the Mouth of Madness
That's also a good movie.
and Event Horizon.
Also a good movie.
And today we are giving thanks to Toni Collette.
Who is she?
She's in 3 movies that you hopefully watched this week.
What 3 movies is she in?
We figured out she was in 4 horror movies.
What was the 4th one?
Krampus, which
Oh,
we're
yeah.
leaving for
gonna
somebody
be
could pick on a Christmas
It's
episode.
going to be a Christmas. It's got Adam Scott.
Yeah, I know it's going to be picked. So we picked 3 other movies. We picked The Sixth Sense,
There's way more than 6.
Fright Night 2011, and Hereditary, which are her other 3 horror movies, which is how we came to those conclusions.
Yeah, but why Toni Collette? Because I was thinking about that.
Well, that's what we're here to discover today. Because I pick the movies,
Yes.
you watch the movies.
That's the way this relationship works. I've figured it out.
There's a method to this madness,
Bullshit.
and we'll get to it as soon as I finish my opening here. Last year, we did our first one for Sam Neill. He's from New Zealand, and our pick this year is from Australia. So we are slowly making our way across the globe the same way I attack the game at Risk.
That is the way. I was just talking about that. I
Pete just
hate
played
that
Risk
game.
with me, and I always take Australia
Everyone does.
and New Zealand and work my way out. Do I ever win? No, I do not.
But the game goes on forever.
But I feel like the strategy, because I have a good defense force.
Well, of course.
He's rolling into 50 people every time.
There's only one access point. You can't attack on multiple fronts. It's just right there, a giant bottleneck of all of the people.
That's how I roll.
I usually roll
Get it?
ones.
Toni Collette was born in Sydney, Australia on November 1st, 1972.
So that makes her Australian.
That's correct.
All right.
It makes her Sydneyan.
Okay. So her name is Sydney, Australia. Got it.
That'd be an awesome name.
Sydney, Australia? Isn't that the chick from the scare movies?
Do you think
Or Scream?
Do you think that Sydney, Australia is friends with Danny, California?
He has to be. And they all hang out
He.
with... Yeah.
Okay. You think that the Red Hot Chili Peppers were singing about a guy in that song?
They weren't?
Maybe they were. I don't know anything about Anthony Kiedis.
Bob, Utah.
Her first movie was 1992's Spotswood, but her breakout role came 2 years later in Muriel's Wedding, a movie that I only remember because that was when I learned what independent movies were.
That does sound vaguely familiar.
Where I remember seeing the poster for it. It's like, here's a movie called Muriel's Wedding, and she's on the poster, and it's like she's getting married or something, I'm guessing, from the context clue I have. And I remember seeing the poster being like, that's not a real movie, because I didn't know that there were such things as independent movies until about 1994.
Because they didn't play them at real theaters.
Because that's when Pulp Fiction came out, and I discovered that that was true.
It's not a real theater. What are the big ones called? Or it's just a bunch of them.
Multiplex.
Sure.
Multiplex.
Yeah. Let's watch The Fifth Element.
Her first horror movie role came in 1999's M. Night Shyamalan breakthrough film, The Sixth Sense. Other movies you might have seen her in, but I guess you didn't see her in any of these. Other movies you might know her from include Emma, Clock Watchers, About a Boy, Little Miss Sunshine.
That's where I know her from.
Knives Out, Nightmare Alley, and Mickey 17.
No, I saw Mickey 17. I don't remember her.
That doesn't prove anything.
I didn't see Nightmare Alley, so I didn't know she was in it. But I did see that one Little Miss Sunshine. I was watching Hereditary, and I was like, I know her from somewhere. Bear in mind, I'd already watched Fright Night. But I stared at her like, I know it's not Fright Night, but it is. And eventually I figured out it was Little Miss Sunshine. She was good in that.
I do have a reason why we picked Toni Collette.
All right, well, I've been waiting because I've been wanting Justin Long for a while.
I know. Well, if you want the honest to God truth of that, is I just didn't want to do Boy back to back when I thought it'd be better to mix them up. We'll do Justin Long next year.
That's right. You got to have something between the bread of the sandwich. You
and
can't go boy, girl.
And I thought Barbara Crampton would be just too
self-serving.
Yeah. We'll get to her too, but I guess next year's Justin Long.
Well, I guess it's kind of nice because Toni Collette, there's somebody else too I thought would be good to give thanks to for their horror genre. But yeah, Barbara Crampton's going to come. There's so many to pick from. With Toni Collette, there's, I guess, 4. Well, real easy.
Last year, we covered the 3 Sam Neill movies in reverse release order so that we could end with Possession because it was the most interesting one to talk about. And this time, I want to do them in the actual release order because it's going to fit the narrative I've crafted around this episode.
Narrative for these 3 movies?
Yeah, a little bit.
Is the common thread Toni Collette?
It's one of them.
Because that's the only one I can think of.
Well, Hereditary is also, I think, the most interesting one to talk about.
Bullshit.
So I'll do that last.
All right. I've already taken a umbrage at your statement. It's not the most interesting one. Not by far.
I know that you love Colin Farrell, but you got to wait because it's going to be talked about second.
All right, hurry up. So The Sixth Sense happened. It was really slow. He sees dead people. The end. Toni Collette's like a mom.
It was really slow.
I haven't seen it since the theater. Good. That's the one I watched
The multiplex
last.
or just the small?
No, it was a multiplex, I'm pretty sure. I think it was in Virginia, too. So it was a foreign multiplex.
Yeah, it came out on August 9th, so there's a good chance it was Virginia.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it since then. And
for those that need context, Pete used to go visit his dad in Virginia in the summers, but his dad now lives in Rochester, so he no longer has to do that.
No, I just don't ever see him.
See him at birthdays.
Yeah, I know, because he knows where I live. I can't get away from him. Oh, what was I saying, though? Shit. Oh, yeah, it's slow. It's so goddamn slow.
Well, The Sixth Sense came out August 9th, 1999, and was a massive hit, grossing over $670 million on a $40 million budget. It became one of the few horror movies to be nominated for Best Picture. At the time, it was the 4th horror movie ever to do that, following The Exorcist, Jaws, and The Silence of the Lambs. And it would be followed by Black Swan, Get Out, and The Substance. As those are the accepted 7 horror movies nominated for Best Picture. I will argue until the day I die that Parasite belongs in that list, but no one wants to hear me argue that anymore, so we'll stick with the 7.
But they don't... It wasn't their choice to call Silence of the Lambs, or even Jaws if they can help it, horror.
No, I believe that a group of top men have gotten together and decided that we're going to proclaim loudly that Jaws and The Sixth Sense and Black Swan all count.
What do the bottom men do?
Take it. That's why the top men make the decisions.
Makes sense to me.
It makes way more sense than I thought it would when I tried to go for that low-hanging fruit. It's written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. It's the movie that made him a big-name director, and it stars Bruce Willis as Malcolm, who's a ghost the whole time.
Spoiler alert.
Haley Joel Osment as Cole, a kid who sees dead people.
Spoiler alert.
And Toni Collette is Lynn Sear, a single mother dealing with all of that mostly in the background.
With 3 jobs.
But she did score her only Oscar nomination for this role, which I find infuriating.
She didn't get it for anything else? The 2 movies I saw that she was in?
I mean, you could have easily given her an award for Little Miss Sunshine. She's incredible in it. But I just think about how... And she's great in Sixth Sense. I'm not saying she isn't. She's also...
She looked really young.
She did look really young, probably because this is 25 years ago, 26 years ago.
That explains it.
But not only is she relegated to the background most of the story, and I know that's why they have supporting actor nominations, I get it, but her stuff feels so disconnected at times from the A-plot. And then I watch Hereditary, and I'm like, she didn't get nominated for this? Like, that's mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, that was a performance. I didn't know.
Well, we're going to say
Yeah. So Sixth Sense, blah, blah, blah.
In The Sixth Sense, she's dealing with the fact that she won't call him it, but I will. Her son's a freak. And I'm sorry, there's no other way to look at it. If you can see dead people, by definition, you are a freak.
That's
He's
just
like so
normal.
worried about being called a freak. It's like, well, you have a freaky thing that's happening.
Well, he's a little kid. It's sad.
I bet somewhere down the line, one of the ideas for the title of this movie had the word freak in it because it's such a freaky thing.
Well, was that kid from The Shining? He had a bunch of problems too, right?
Yeah, he's a freak.
No. Because then the old man who
What
worked
do you
there.
think the word freak means?
I think it means sexy.
Get your freak on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It means
This is a little
and
kid,
weird
you
and
fucking
strange.
weirdo.
And
those are all words.
he's an adult now.
Yeah, yes. I like Haley Joel.
He was in Blink twice last year, and he was really good in it.
I don't know what that is.
It was the Channing Tatum movie. It's like a horror thriller that Channing Tatum was the bad guy, and he was really good in. And Zoe Kravitz directed it, and it was really good. It was called Pussy Island at some point.
Was
and they
that
decided
the
not to
hunt
call
that
it
they
that.
take people to the island? No. That's the island of Dr. Moreau.
That's the most dangerous game.
Yes.
No, this was a movie where like a bunch of rich partiers invite random girls to the island, and then their memories are wiped. So they don't know what's going on there and the abuse that's happening to them. Except one girl figures out she'd been there before, and it's pretty great. It's a pretty good movie.
Okay.
I really liked it.
All right. Good for Zoe Kravitz.
Really visually stylish, too. She has a real... this is the problem with right now, though. Zoe Kravitz is a really good actor and in demand as an actor, and it takes a long time to develop a movie and direct a movie. So I don't know when we'll see her do that again, because I noticed she's starring in lots of things. So
Is she?
Well, she was just in that Caught Stealing movie.
I want to see that.
She's obviously shooting the next Batman.
Who is she in Batman?
Catwoman.
Oh, yeah, the one
She
with
got a lot of
Robert
cats.
Pattinson. Best part of that movie.
The one joke he tells.
The one joke.
Did you ever see the AI writes a Batman movie thing?
No, I never even heard of
This
this.
is from like 5 years ago. You can find clips on YouTube of people just breaking down reading it because it asked AI 5 years ago to write a Batman movie for what it knows. And it says things like Joker presented Batman with a coupon for new parents, but it had expired.
That's actually, I don't want to give AI credit for fucking anything. But like accidentally, right? That's accidentally funny.
And then it said, "This is a Joker joke." The whole thing is filled with crap like that's like 5 minutes long. It's pretty incredible.
Oh no. Old AI is stealing all of my bits.
Old AI is better than new AI. Well, old Toni Collette was really good in this movie.
But she was younger. Don't
she
get
was-
confused.
I guess that's true. But she, again, like, if they hadn't had the scene at the end in the car where Cole tells her what's happening to him, and then she cries and connects with him.
Yeah.
Her point in this movie is completely superfluous until that moment. And it's very frustrating actually watching the movie because I really loved the movie. I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. And then I'm watching it this time through the eyes of, we're talking about Toni Collette, and I'm like, she's not even in this movie. Like, she is in this movie more than she's in the next one. But I'm watching it and I'm just like, I don't know, man. Bruce Willis isn't that good an actor that his part's the most interesting part of this movie.
Well, I was sitting there watching it this time. Not last time, but this time.
26 years later.
Yeah. 26 years later, like the movie.
It's like the movie 28 years later.
Yeah, exactly. Close to like that one. But it's a very much disconnected bunch of scenes, which makes sense if you're following it as Bruce Willis, the ghost, who only pops into existence for
Yes.
these moments.
Yep.
So it makes sense in that way. But gosh, it's slow. It was just so
It is slow, but it's one of the times that I thought, because a lot of his movies are slow, and it's one of the times I thought it really worked. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in fact, I think for as good as it was for his career, and it made him, give him a decade of just like monster hits at the box office because his name could carry movies. For that being true, it also just creatively hurt him, I think, a lot.
Because he always had to have the twist.
Well, not just the twist, but you couldn't recreate. Just because something worked in this movie doesn't mean it works for everything. And I think he took a lot of the wrong lessons from this movie, because this movie is great and it deserves the accolades it got. And the twist is excellent. Even if you know it, I think the movie worked great. So that's the mark of a good twist to me, is that I knew it and the movie still works for me.
I didn't know it, and I was still shocked.
You didn't know it this time?
I remembered. I'm not going to lie. I remembered. But I was sitting there trying to like go, how did I not see any of this? And I
Yeah.
sat there and I'm like, I can see how I didn't see any of
Yeah,
this.
I think it's a really well-made movie. But I think he had this giant hit, and he's like, great, now all my movies are going to be slow. All my movies are going to have a twist in them. And it's like, that's not how that works. It took him a long time to start, picking up the pace in these movies.
Has he ever done anything fast?
Yeah, The Visit. Is that The
Visit?
Where they go to their grandparents' house?
Oh, I never saw that one.
That one's not slow. That one,
Really?
I really enjoyed that. That's like a really good, almost standard kind of haunted house movie, and I really liked it. It didn't bother me that it was like it felt like it was also an hour shorter than these other movies.
That's always helpful. Based on, I don't even think I saw a trailer for it, but based on like a little bits of the trailers I had seen, it seemed like a perfect M. Night movie where they're just stuck in a house and slow things happen.
Yeah,
very
but I think the movie's
slowly.
short enough that it doesn't happen that slowly.
Oh, okay.
And it was good. And I don't think Trap is slow. Trap's just a way to get me to watch his daughter sing for a long time.
And I hear that Josh Hartnett's good.
He is good.
I like Josh Hartnett.
Sometimes that's what you need. And this is the problem. Not problem. Because I think the movie's great. I think the movie's legitimately great. This is the thing that makes the movie strange with how slow it is you need a dynamic performer to pull that off sometimes. Bruce Willis is not a dynamic performer in this. He's not supposed to be. He's really good at being this character.
Flat. A ghost.
Cole's not a dynamic character. The only dynamic character they have is Toni Collette, and they barely use her. That's why she got nominated, I think, is because what's popping off the screen in this movie.
Yeah, Haley Joel is very subdued.
And he's supposed to be. Like,
Yeah,
again, he's excellent in this
As
movie.
a frightened little kid, he nails it.
Everyone's excellent in this movie. It's just the only person that's given anything with any kind of emotion or power behind it is Toni Collette, whose whose character moments are just like thrown in the middle. To be like, we can't have Bruce Willis in every scene, so here's a Toni Collette's.
We have to craft the illusion of...
Yeah. The illusion works. And I mean, that's what blew my mind about watching it again last time I watched it, not this time. Because this time I was watching it kind of differently. But
Yeah.
last time I watched it, it's kind of blew my mind about it was, I've known the twist for 25 years at that point, and I'm watching the movie and I'm like, I could see how nobody saw this coming. And that's difficult.
It is. Well, not for me, but I assume for other people. Like, Kitty catches stuff all the time, and then she's like, come on. And she seems really, like, disappointed in me.
I as you know, had this spoiled for me, the ending.
I don't remember.
I was driving to work at McDonald's in 1999, and guy on the radio was like, I'm just telling you, you got to go see Sixth Sense, calling it a radio station. He's like, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's got the best twist ever. And I'm just driving in the car, and I'm like, well, what could be the twist? And like,
Well,
all I know from this movie is that he
that
sees
sucks.
dead people. And I go, I think I figured out the twist.
That sucks. I went in completely blind. Like, I knew nothing about
Oh my
this
God.
movie.
Are you- you got
my
your eyes got
vision
better?
came back
Oh, wow. It's a
as I
miracle.
watched it, right? At first it was all black. Then all of a sudden, like, something appeared. It said, like, Universal or Touchstone or Paramount or one of those things that appeared before my eyes.
No wonder you like this movie. Actually, you didn't like this movie, did you? I think you like it.
No,
fine.
I like the movie fine. It's just very slow.
It's a movie that should be played on 1.5 speed. That's the problem. Is that there's a lot of dead silence, but it works for the story. And
It creates an atmosphere.
this is my long legs argument, where Osgood Perkins makes slow movies a lot of times. The Monkey wasn't slow, but all these other movies before that, a couple movies before that were slow, and I wasn't really into them. They're fine. And then I watch Long Legs, and I'm like, this fit perfectly. And then I watch Keeper, and I'm like, this is terrible.
Oh, Keeper was no good?
No good. So
I like Tatiana Maslany.
me too, and she's the best part of the movie, but she's given nothing to work with, literally.
Oh.
And I'm watching it, and I'm like, I can't stand how slow his movies are sometimes, because they don't always fit the material.
Okay.
And there's an opposite of this that happened this year, ironically, with 28 Years Later, where Danny Boyle makes very fast movies, lots of cuts, lots of excitement. He gets a lot of visual style into his
Stupid
movies.
fast zombies. Everything's fast with him.
And it is. And then this movie is a much slower story, character-driven story about death. And he's still shooting it like Danny Boyle, so it doesn't always fit the material a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. What was I going to say? Yeah, I haven't. M. Night, no. Who? Even that other movie that you just said, Osgood Perkins, the
Long
monkey.
Legs. Oh, Monkey.
Monkey. It was moments of quick action and violent death, but very slow in between.
I don't think it was that slow in
You don't-
between. No, because
That's what I
the
remember.
story was always moving towards something, which I don't think is always the case with his movies. I don't think the Sixth Sense, like M. Night Shyamalan one, I don't think that the story's always going anywhere. It's just two people sitting and talking for a while, and then you get another scene of two different people sitting and talking. And it's not really progressing the plot at all times.
It was him bonding with the kid and earning his trust.
Yeah.
And the kid learning to trust the ghost. That was the first ghost he ever talked to and interacted with.
My favorite thing to think about watching it back is that he knew the whole time.
That he was a ghost.
Yeah, because he sees him as he is.
Right.
So he knows he's dead. And I really enjoy watching it through that perspective.
Yeah. No, that's right. That's how I was
Because
looking
it's
at
not
it too.
just as simple as he can't open up to anybody. It's like, well, dude, I'm talking to another one of these fucking ghosts.
But the ghost cares about me.
Yeah, he was really good. Haley Joel Osment was really good in this movie.
He was. Every time he's popped up somewhere, I've enjoyed him.
He was Little Forrest in Forrest Gump.
Seemed fine. Is he slow?
No, but is he smart or is he?
Is that your Tom Hanks?
That's my Tom Hanks as Forrest Gump.
Oh, man. Remember the presidents of the United States of America?
Yeah.
And Gump?
Well, they had Lump.
No.
Gump
Oh, yeah.
was
No.
by Weird Al Yankovic. That's why he's the master. It's why he's the master.
I think he's improved on the original, and I like the original.
Yeah, Gump sat alone on a
Bench in the
park.
park.
Yes,
Hi, my name is Forrest. He casually remark. I can't remember the rest.
he spent his 20s between the sheets.
No,
that might
was
be
Jenny.
That might be Lump. That was Jenny.
That was Lump as well, and that's probably what she got that killed her.
A lump?
Yeah. I don't know.
I think she had a nut allergy.
Wait, what did I see? Oh, there was a nut allergy in Hereditary.
I know we're not to that one yet. I wish that we were because it would have been perfect. But also, I was saying she probably got a sexually transmitted disease. And maybe drugs. One or the other.
A little from column A, a little from column B.
Well, sometimes at the same time.
All right. So The Sixth Sense was a movie. Let's get on to the good one.
All right.
The good Toni Collette movie.
I knew we were in trouble when you texted me and said, you're ready for giving thanks to Colin Farrell.
I have liked Colin Farrell probably since the 90s when he showed up on an episode of, I think it was Scrubs, as a guy who beat another guy into a coma and then hung out because that's what Irish people do. But I like this Colin Farrell guy. I don't remember what he did. A bunch of action movies and stuff.
Daredevil.
Oh, fuck. He was in Daredevil.
He was in Phone Booth.
My feeling about Colin Farrell is he is a guy who just likes to make movies with whatever's interesting to him, but he got shoehorned into being an action guy, and that wasn't really, like, they tried to stick him in, I think, SWAT or something. There were a bunch of these. Yeah, he tried to get pushed as this action leading man, and that's not Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell is a guy who just likes to make movies.
Well, Fright Night is a remake of the 1985 movie of the same name. It was released on August 19th, 2011. Directed by Craig Gillespie, coming off his work on Lars and the Real Girl, a movie I really like.
I never saw it. I hear it's good.
I like that movie. His next project is next year's Supergirl.
Interesting.
It is interesting. I was nothing in his resume screamed superhero movie.
Has he done other stuff, or is that just that's his?
That's things I wrote down that were interesting with this and that.
So he's done other things.
It was written by Marty Noxon, who you might know best as a writer and executive producer of a little show called Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
And she was on Firefly.
And she was on Firefly. Well, everyone was doing Firefly.
And Angel, I think. She was all part of that.
I think she was in the writer's room like for one episode of Angel I read.
I remember the name.
Because she was actually show running Buffy while Joss Whedon was doing 2 other projects. So she was in charge of season 6 that everyone hates except for me.
I never saw all of season 6.
Well, it stars Anton Yelchin, Colin Farrell, McLovin, David Tennant, and Toni Collette as Jane Brewster, another mother.
Aren't there more people?
Yeah, Imogen Poots.
Yep, that's a name I've heard before.
Dave Franco.
Oh, yeah, Dave Franco was there.
That's all I got.
Yeah, I think that's all that was there. Named.
It made $41 million on a $30 million budget.
A hit.
Enough, I guess. It's probably not.
It's a
the
profit.
way they tell you.
No, I haven't seen I hadn't seen either of these movies.
I'd seen the first one a long time ago, 40 years ago.
Okay, I haven't. My understanding is that it's a movie that's brought up as a horror movie. Like it's one of the ones.
The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's brought up as a cult thing.
It's probably on HBO all the time or something.
All right, I missed it. Or if I did see it, I don't remember it. I have a fear, though, because I kind of wanted to watch the original, having seen this new one, because I really like this one.
Well, it has practical effects, which I think you'll like better.
The first one, yeah. Practical effects are fun. But the actors were all great. What did you think of this movie? Because have you seen it? I don't think you said you saw it before.
Never new to me.
Okay.
I spent the first hour gobsmacked that the cast they got for the remake of Fright Night was this incredibly good. It doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
How did they get Toni Collette to sign up for 3 scenes as a mother? How did they get McLovin to sign up for 2 scenes? How did they get Colin Farrell to do this at all? I don't understand what happened.
I don't either. And it's not like a perfectly...
Why is David Tennant there? It was mind-blowing. When he showed up, I was like, what? That's like an hour into the movie. I was like, what?
He was there at the beginning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you see it on TV.
You see it on the TV. I didn't know that was him.
Yeah.
I was like, motherfucker, when he pops up. But yeah, that was him.
I was blown away by whoever cast this movie. Outkicked their coverage. You can't get actors this good in quality horror movies that are like coming with the prestige behind them. How'd you get him in Fright Night remake, which I think was good, but I think it's good largely because the cast is incredible.
Yeah, you think that? Yeah. Oh man, because the story is sort of disjointed. It just kind of it bounces and it hits weird pacing things. I think if his girlfriend had stayed dead,
Yeah.
that would have been cool. Like, I don't think the
Yeah, I
movie...
didn't care for, you know, I don't like vampire movies.
Yeah.
And a lot of the reason is the lore, I think, is stupid. And then people just make up their own lore and it's even
Yeah.
dumber. The one where it's like, if you kill him with this, everyone will come back.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
this just popped up in the last reel. I'm like, this is not.
I didn't...
But I'm buying it because David Tennant's really good in it.
And you know what?
That's why the acting is so much better than it should be.
And when I hated that. I hate that little, like, oh, here we can fix what's wrong. But then David Tennant gets bit. I'm like, oh, thank goodness.
Now, how cool would it have been if he tells you this is the only way you can save her, and then he doesn't save her?
Ooh.
That's the bold choice they should have made.
Or just there is no way to save her. Now it's just
No,
you go back
I like
for
it better
vengeance.
if you then tell people like, yes, this is the way, and then that doesn't work, or doesn't. He just breaks the thing and you can't do it.
Colin Farrell was fun as a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
He was a creepy weirdo. Toni Collette, I was just telling Kitty, she was only in it a tiny little bit,
Very little.
but her playing a mom again. She always a mom
Playing a thirsty mom.
playing a Thursday. Well, it's Colin Farrell. Look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him. And
I like that there's an entire scene where he has to keep telling his mother, I know that he's hot. Please stop talking to him. Please do not let him in this house.
but that was the scene where he's
And
saying
then she's acting like a teenager, like, I know what I'm doing. And like, she's incredible.
but she sides with him. I
But
appreciate
how
that.
did they get her to be in 3 scenes in this movie? Because she's killing it.
It makes everything believable. McLovin, I don't think is the greatest actor in the world, but you know what? I bought him 100%
Because he's playing McLovin, who believes there's vampires.
and he's been betrayed by his friend.
So if you're probably in the script writing process, because you see he got like higher billing.
I didn't see.
Well, in the actual credit, if you didn't see the credits, in the credit roll, he's a little lower. But when they do the thing at the end, it's Anton Yelchin, Colin Farrell, title of the movie. McLovin goes next. And I was like, that's weird. Ahead of Imogen Poots, ahead of David Tennant, ahead of Toni Collette. Toni Collette got the end. But it's still, he put him that high because this is post Superbad. So getting him was kind of and probably, it's post Kick-Ass. It was probably a coup to get him because he recognized, people put him in the marketing. I bet he was all over the marketing. And because it's trying to appeal to the same audience as those movies, the younger crowds. But I'm watching it and I'm like, I bet in the script writing process, they were like, we need a McLovin type. And they're like, why don't we ask him? That's, I think, exactly what happened.
Right. And he fits. I think he's excellent when he plays the to his strengths, which is being McLovin.
Yeah. And then he was Vampire McLovin for a scene.
That worked too.
It did work.
Everything about this movie was just fun.
Best part of the movie, though, to me, is when Anton Yelchin, I don't remember his name, Chris, maybe, when he saves the girl from his dungeon.
Oh.
And then she explodes upon sunlight. And I was like, this is another thing where I'm like, what are the rules of these vampire things?
Yeah, luckily they had David Tennant there. Like that's the question, but David Tennant's here to tell me all about the vampire rules. That's what I need. And
that's what I mean. The cast the movie's probably not that good, but the cast is so good. The movie's good.
You might be right because I don't like it like you with the rules, like when they have to create their own lore. But I was accepting when David Tennant told me what the rules were. I'm like, yeah, all right, sure.
I think that my bigger problem with rules isn't that they change or that they make up their own. It's that they don't do a good enough job explaining them. And this the movie took an hour and a half to explain them. It took an hour to explain them.
Well, they didn't know what they were. You kind of had to discover that on your own.
You got to explain to me beforehand.
They don't have reflections. We've learned that. See, we were the detectives going into that.
The way that I view vampires and vampire stories,
Not through mirrors.
that girl in the basement shouldn't have been a vampire. And because she didn't drink from him that I saw. Because he's still feeding off her. So why is he feeding off her if she's a vampire?
I think she's tainted. She's
guess.
not a vampire yet. They haven't.
Then she shouldn't explode. That's what I mean. I don't like
The taint makes you do it. Just
taint.
the taint. The taint makes you do many things, man.
Well, if you want to do that,
It's meant to be kept in the darkness.
if you want to do that, I don't like it. But at least explain it to me ahead of time so I know what world I'm playing in.
I mean, if you bring your taint out in the broad daylight, what do you think's going to happen?
Well, are you Louis C.K.?
Did he explode?
In a way.
In
a way.
popularity for a minute.
That's not the explosion I was talking about.
Oh man, that was a double explosion. Gross. All right, so I enjoyed Fright Night. Colin Farrell I haven't seen a Colin Farrell movie since that one where he was a banshee in Ireland, the Banshees of Ivershin or whatever the hell it was.
I'm not going to be able to pronounce it.
Okay, I don't know.
Sheeran.
I don't even remember the movie, but I also saw him in Bruges.
Yeah, can't pronounce that one either.
That one was really good. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, it's a good movie.
I don't watch Colin Farrell movies.
You got to watch these Colin Farrell movies.
I watched The Batman.
He was pretty good.
I didn't see the Penguin TV show.
Me neither. Oh, he's in that. Like, he's no Nicolas Cage, but Colin Farrell is a fun guy to watch. He's always great.
My favorite thing in like the whole world is Batman. And I haven't watched the Penguin TV show. Just to tell you how little I watch Colin Farrell.
I'm sure you're missing out.
Loved him in this. Don't know why he's in it.
Don't know either, but that's Colin Farrell for you.
And I was, again, annoyed when he bites his girlfriend, and then we just find out, oh, you can save her. And I was like, no.
That would have been fucking great if she'd stayed dead.
The scene where he bites her, I was like, holy shit, he got her. And like, this is this poor guy. And then like the next scene is like, well, you can save them with this. And I'm like, no.
I know, but it was David Tennant again telling us. But I 100% agree. I think it would have been a very, very fun way to do it. Just because like, oh yeah, vampires, you don't win against vampires. David Tennant was right to just run from these things. You can't win against these monsters. But, oh well.
We also find out conveniently that Jerry, the vampire next door, is the one who killed David Tennant's family, paying off his late movie reveal that his family had been killed by parents.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, you look like your mother. And I was like,
that's right.
We don't have to tie these all together.
Don't
you like the character better if he never gets revenge on him? Like
he got revenge on...
Simple script issues with this one.
Right. It didn't need to be the direct vampire. It was a vampire.
Yes.
And then I can believe that they're going to go off looking for that vampire in the future as a team, a ragtag team.
Or just like that moment where he gets, they kill him, they kill Jerry, and he doesn't get the one that gets him, but he did something good and he did.
Yeah.
That's the Spider-Man, the last Spider-Man movie where Andrew Garfield saves Zendaya from dying, but he never saved his own girl, but he gets a piece of closure from it. That's better writing.
I know.
Why is Spider-Man better written than the Fright Night remake? Marty Noxon. It's little simple things like that where I'm like, how did you not land on that?
But again, maybe you are 100% right. It is the acting just elevates this movie beyond what it should be.
The charisma of David Tennant, the charisma of Toni Collette, the charisma of Colin Farrell, the charisma of Anton Yelchin. This movie is just...
No love for McLovin?
He's barely in the movie.
They're all barely in this movie.
The charisma of every one of those actors is like way better than you should get in a Fright Night remake.
Do people like the Fright Night remake, or is it just...
I think they do.
Interesting, because a lot of times you have like a cult classic original, people really don't like the...
No, I think people like either begrudgingly or like surprisingly like, I don't know, that was good.
Because I like it.
Yeah.
But now I feel like if I watch the first one, I'll say, oh, I don't like this. And then everyone will be like, what is wrong with you? You like the shitty remake.
No, I think people do like the remake. And
all right.
It's one of the of remakes from that era. Easily one of the better ones.
I got to see the original now just to compare.
Like I've said, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake is surprisingly good.
Really?
It's not great. It's not great. It's surprisingly good. And the remake of The Hills Have Eyes is better than The Hills Have Eyes. Sorry, Wes, but it's just better. It's a legitimately great movie.
I gotta watch that one. I think I might have seen it way back when it came out. The remake.
Yeah, it's tremendous. And the Evil Dead remake, if you call it that, is great. And then there's a lot of bad ones.
Yeah,
the Friday the 13th remake's fine.
Okay,
but most of the other ones are terrible.
I really enjoyed this movie. This was, out of these three movies that we're giving thanks to Toni Collette for, this is, I think, my favorite of them.
Yeah, because it's the one that's not depressing. The other two are depressing as fuck.
I don't know what you're talking about. The first one's slow. It's not really sad. They win.
I thought you would like Hereditary maybe more because it even though it has that, we'll get to Hereditary full overall in a second. Even though it has the part you've been worried about watching, and it's so depressing and just bleak.
Yes.
It then evolves into like a
more
whole
bleakness and horribleness,
but cool demon shit and cults and covens and like stuff that I thought you'd be more interested in. Hail Payment, I thought you'd be more interested in stuff like that. Because when all you know about the movie is that the little girl's going to lose her head, and it ends with the line "Hail Payment," or you're like, this went on a journey.
I didn't even remember the end line of Hail Payment. I was somewhere bouncing around in the back of my head just because I knew it at some point.
Well, the reason I wanted to go in this order was because it tells a story to me about Toni Collette's a great actress. And she'd been nominated for Sixth Sense, obviously. So post Sixth Sense, she makes Little Miss Sunshine. It's great. She makes other movies. But in horror, she's barely in The Sixth Sense. She's in Fright Night even less. Mm-hmm. There's a story there about how horror movies in particular, the mother character, because she's not going to be Imogen Poots, the young character running around, they put her in there, and she takes the role. Good for her, and she's great in it. There's no purpose for Toni Collette to be in, especially Fright Night.
Okay.
And Sixth Sense, obviously,
You're saying it just could be anybody.
yes.
All right.
And those are the roles that were available to her, and that is frustrating.
Uh,
Because this is the Barbara Crampton thing. Barbara Crampton stopped making movies for years, partially to raise her family, and partially said there just weren't good roles anymore. And then I'm watching Toni Collette, Oscar-nominated actress, who's really good. She's good in comedy, she's good in drama, she's good in horror, and she's getting Fright Night remake. And I'm like, that is a little irritating because she's so good.
100%.
But then she executive produces a movie called Hereditary,
what year did that come out?
2018. Because if you even want to throw Krampus in there, which I think is 2016 maybe, if you want to throw Krampus in there, it's another role where she's just like part of a large ensemble
All right. Because
playing a mother.
in the first movie we've seen on this Thanksgiving, she was sort of an overwhelmed mother.
Yes.
And by the time we get
And again,
to
I think she's the only one who really pops off the screen the entire movie.
in the second one, I really appreciate that she sided with her kid, which
Sure.
doesn't happen in horror movies. So now she's kind of like, okay, she's the mom who's got her shit together.
I like that the two mothers are very different characters in those movies.
I think it's the same character. It's Toni Collette. She's just growing.
I don't think she looks even remotely the same.
Until she hits Hereditary. Yeah, in the first one, I kept thinking she
It's
was
the short hair.
She
It
was
throws me off a lot.
The girl from Monk, whoever the actress was, the first one, not Trailer Howard.
Oh, I don't know that much about
I
Monk.
think it was just the accent. You don't know Monk? To Tony Shalhoub.
I'm not a Monk guy. It's next to the Penguin on my watch list.
All right. Well, then by the time you get to like she was struggling as a single mom, then she moved to Vegas from Philly, figured her shit out, and then we hit Hereditary. And I guess
Another
the
mother.
wheels come off.
Another mother. The head comes off.
Many things come off.
Hereditary was released on June 8th, 2018. 3 summer horror movies. All 3 of these. I'm guessing Krampus is not, but these 3 were all summer horror movies.
Huh.
Written, directed by Ari Aster, who followed it up with Midsommar and then started making weird movies with Joaquin Phoenix that no one's interested in seeing.
What he's done something else too, right? Okay, so I didn't know he did Hereditary, and then he did Midsommar. I never saw it. Did he do another one that wasn't Joaquin Phoenix?
No.
No.
Went
okay.
into 2 weird Joaquin Phoenix movies, Beau is Beautiful or something like that, and
Beau is Afraid.
Beau is Afraid, and Eddington.
I don't even know what that
No,
was.
who cares?
I
Pedro
thought-
Pascal's in it. You made me not care about a movie Pedro Pascal is in 2025. Doesn't even seem possible. Stop making Joaquin Phoenix movies. Let Joaquin Phoenix make Joaquin Phoenix movies.
He did. It was called Gladiator.
Yeah, he's great in it.
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
Am I not merciful? He's great in it.
All right. Anyway, so this was Hereditary, 2018.
It stars Alex Wolff as the kid who gave me the most uncomfortable 5 minutes I've ever had watching a movie. Millie Shapiro as the little girl who loses her head over a nut allergy. Gabriel Byrne is the most patient husband in the history of film.
I sat there.
And Toni Collette as Annie Graham, giving one of the greatest performances in movie history.
That was Gabriel Byrne. I couldn't figure it out. I'm sitting there going, who's this Muppet-looking motherfucker the whole week? Because watch it again. He looks like a Muppet, one of the meat-faced Muppets where his mouth just moves up and down. Old Gabriel Byrne is just looking rough.
Hereditary was a box office hit, grossing $90 million on a $10 million budget.
That movie cost $10 million?
Looks great for $10 million, too. That's why Ari Aster got so much work right away, because holy crap.
That was
Look what he
incredible.
could push with $10 million. And a great cast.
Yeah, Gabriel Byrne didn't need to be there.
I thought he's great in the movie.
I know why they cast him now.
Because he burns.
Yes. He's at the end. He burns.
You think I didn't have that same thought when he was on fire?
I didn't. I don't even think I knew it was him yet. I had to go look it up later.
Look how quickly you got to it. That's what happened to me. I'm watching, I'm like, Gabriel burned.
Right. That's why he got.
More like Gabriel burned. Hereditary is a fucked up movie that is fucking excellent.
It is something.
Let me just, I know that we're going to have to get into the head, losing the head thing, and we're going to get into the King Payment stuff. The scene at the dinner table where Alex Wolff, I don't know the kid's name, where he...
Peter. His name was Petey.
I knew it was something stupid. Where,
Motherfucker.
he walked right into it. Where Peter and his mother finally address the issue of how his sister's dead is the best acting I've ever seen. She is so perfect in that moment of her frustration, her anger, her sadness, and then still trying to be motherly. And like
It was
that moment where she's like, I know it was an accident. I know you missed your sister, and I wish I could take that away from you, take the pain away from you. I'm just like, holy shit, how do you even choose to figure that out in the acting? It seems impossible to me.
Oh my God. No, it was.
And the look on her face when he says, what about you? She didn't want to go to that party. I thought she was going to get up and stab him in the fucking face. And while breaking down. And what a performance.
Do you think Gabriel Byrne was so muted because he's not allowed to be anything, like for script-wise, just to show her crazy range?
Well, he's a psychiatrist, right? I'm pretty sure.
Maybe. Or
psychologist or whatever.
He was so just flat.
He's trying to be
level good.
He's trying to bring the family together. That moment where his son says, "This is really good, Dad," and he looks really happy that like, oh, somebody finally in this house said something normal to someone else. He's just trying to make this peace, and it's not working.
Now, I knew that her head's coming off, the little girl. Like you come into it with the grandma dying.
I don't know that would work medically. What happened there?
Why? What happened? Her head popped off?
Coming off completely.
It did. So here's why it didn't affect me as much. It didn't bother me so much because right out of the gate, it's clear that the mom's got some issues with her mom who's dead. The youngest daughter. She's got the grandmother had her hooks in the youngest daughter early on. And the girl's fucking weird to begin with, making clucky noises and shit.
And cutting the heads off dead birds.
Cutting the heads off of dead fucking birds.
You didn't lead with that?
I forgot about that because she just everything about her is off. And then when you see the fucking telephone pole that takes her head off, it's got the symbol of payment on it. I'm like, well, this is all preordained. And I was paying attention. When Peter was in class, they were talking about destinies and what's preordained and what's not.
I want to go back to that before you go on, because those scenes in movies, they come from Halloween. When you sit in the classroom and they talk about the plot of the movie.
Yeah.
Talk about the themes of the movie. In Halloween, this is so funny because I've heard John Carpenter talk about it. He's like, they're not doing that in Halloween. Every movie you've ever seen post that. Horror movies have it all the time. Nightmare on Elm Street had it. This movie had it. The lesson being taught, even other Halloween movies have had it. The lesson being taught in class is always going to be reflective of the theme of the movie. That's not true in Halloween.
Okay.
It's the funniest thing. We just made shit up and said, go say this. We weren't really thinking about it. But every movie has done this scene. It's so funny to me.
So in Halloween, it's not even accidentally remarking.
No, I think they're talking about fate and people are trying to put that together. What does fate have to do with anything that's happening in Halloween? But people try to push it together and John Carpenter's like, stop trying to put that together. Like, we just had to have them say something.
Michael Myers is inevitable. That is what.
I guess.
No, but anyway. It was happening. I didn't really listen to it because it was too much talking, so I didn't catch any. But I knew they were talking about so this is going to have some preordained stuff. So with the little symbol and things on the telephone pole, I knew all of this was planned out by some crazy evil grandmother. I didn't realize how crazy Toni Collette was, but you knew that there was stuff wrong because that whole family was fucked up, and then it just gets more fucked up. And Toni Collette has a host of issues. She's fucking insane. Oh, and when she went to the loneliness group, the loss grief counseling thing, and that lady showed up, I knew she was bad.
And Dowd,
I knew she was up to no good. I'm like, you're one of the cult people. I didn't even know there was a cult, but I'm like,
so the plot is there's a cult of Payman, and King Payman, one of the 8 gods of hell or whatever, demons of hell or whatever,
princes kings, of hell, whatever,
kings of hell, 8 kings of hell. That makes sense because he's King Payman. He's
only a prince.
He wants to be in a male body, but he was put into Charlie, the daughter. So they got to get rid of Charlie and prepare a male body for him, which is tough for Peter.
But Peter knows none of this.
Nobody knows any of this.
Toni Collette knew none of it. Just the grandmother. But Toni Collette had a bunch of...
the grandmother's like the leader of it, and she died.
And her whole thing, that's what I'm confused by. She wrote a letter that Toni Collette found. She's like, all our sacrifices are going to be worth it.
Yeah.
But they're all dead. So what do they get?
Well,
they're not resurrected.
I don't know. Well, no, the people in the cult will get riches and...
Yeah, but not them. So why is the sacrifice worth it?
I mean, I guess if they would have lived, they could have gotten some.
But they didn't.
They didn't live.
So
they all died. Except for Peter, but Peter kind of dies.
Is he though King Payman now? Yeah, we don't know that he's taken over.
I have to believe that he's King Payman now.
Why?
Because everything else in the movie came true.
Okay, so the course of the movie.
Why would every step of the plan work and then the plan doesn't work? That doesn't and all kinds of supernatural shit's happening to make it happen. So I have no choice but to believe that he's King Payman, possessed by King Payman at the end there. I have no choice. And they don't make it clear enough that it isn't. And you think they would give you any sign. The top wobbles in Inception. They give you something. They don't give you nothing. He's dead-eyed. They give you nothing. If he'd have been crying, then I would have been like, oh, he's not. And this is all for nothing. But his mother's like on the ceiling. His mother's cutting her head off. Like everything is possible, so it has to be true.
Yeah. Well, see, I think so too, because after he jumps out the window when the naked people show up,
done. Yeah.
Well, because then the little light thing, I never figured out what that was.
I'll say this: I like it better if he's not. I think it's more interesting if he's not.
Because it ends with him in the treehouse, and all the cult members are there, and his fucking headless mom and grandma are there, and her daughter or sister. They're all there bowing at the throne, and then he just stands there.
They put a crown on his head and they explain that they've put payment into the male host and Hal Payman.
Yep.
And he has a dead look on his face, not a look of
everything in his world. He's just spent how many months being tortured psychologically. His mom is a fucking nut job.
I like it better if they would have tipped that it's not him.
Okay.
That it's not Payman.
I think it was too.
It has to be. Because there's just nothing there's no other hole in the plan. It all works.
Right.
So if I'm watching all this magic shit happen, it has to be the last magic thing is going to work.
But the magic could fail. Like it could.
But it does. But it never does. Yeah. But it never does. That's my point. Is it never does.
Perhaps if he hadn't died jumping out that fucking window and didn't leave a body to be taken over. No. I don't know. But that was awful.
I do think it would have been a badass ending if he'd just been like, fuck. Like that should have been the last line of the movie. Like
that's going to be part 2. That's Payman 2. Payman the Way.
Before you finish, I'm going to let you finish. But this movie has one of the best jump scares of all time.
Which one?
When he comes in the house and sees his dead father burnt on the ground. Gabriel burned. And Toni Collette's behind him up on the ceiling. And he slowly turns and looks and sees one of the cult members in the doorway. And then he turns and looks up and Toni Collette's not there. And then she pops out right in front of him in the shadow. That's one of the best designed jump scares ever.
Earlier when he was in the house just walking and she ran across the walls in the background.
She's fucking freak in this movie.
It's no attention drawn to it. And it's sort of a blink and you'll miss it kind of thing. Because she's just across. You're like, what? What did I just see?
I mean, I brought up the acting that she does in that dinner scene because it's the best I've ever seen. But just how about when Gabriel is burning and her face goes from shock to just dead? That's how do you even act like that?
Her grieving.
Everything
grieving is fucking...
when she's on the floor, it's like, I just want to die. It's, oh my God.
And then fucking Peter standing in the hallway listening to it. And you're like, Jesus.
All right, let's get to the head thing. Because it's not the losing the head thing that's ever been the issue.
She had it coming, though, because she's a little fucking monster. I knew it.
Yeah. But that's never been the thing. It's a shocking moment.
Yeah.
It's never been that.
No.
It's the 5 minutes that follows it, which is fucking interminable.
Following Peter's face, just not leaving, him sitting in the car with his dead sister, and he knows, and he can't look in the mirror. He can't. He just you just stare at him.
I've never had a movie put you more in someone's place of, what the fuck do you do? And then like whatever he chooses, you're gonna hate it. And he decides, he slowly picks his foot off the brake, rolls the car into drive, and you're just like, where's he going? And then he pulls back into your house and he's like, oh no. And then he just goes to bed. And you just see his face, doesn't sleep, just laying there waiting in total shock.
You hear the parents in the morning downstairs doing things.
It's the most harrowing thing I've ever seen in movies, and nothing happens. It's just the aftermath of this horrible accident. And I'll tell you what I would have done if this had been me. Like, let's say you're driving on the road and Dave's having a peanut allergy in the back and he loses his head because of what happened there. I didn't actually do anything wrong here. It's horrible. And I'm in shock. So maybe I won't know what I'll do. I'm going to call an ambulance because I'm going to let someone else explain to my parents what happened.
Yeah, but you're not a 16-year-old kid.
I was once.
Yeah.
I killed at least 3 people the same way.
You were. Did you call the police? Or did you
Every
bury
time.
him on the side of the road?
Every time I called.
All right.
No, I get it. I get that you don't know what to do, but it's never been about losing the head. No. It's never been about any of that. It's always been about, fuck, I feel every single thing he's feeling, and I hate it. Why are you making me feel this?
And Toni Collette's response, because she's playing a grieving mother, like she's given a lot of allowances, I guess, as the character, and she's doing it so well. But she has a whole shitload of mental health issues of her own.
Yeah, she was raised in a terrible
She was
house.
raised in a payment cult. But
do you think that this is hereditary?
I think it might be. Hey.
It's a brilliant movie.
I was trying to figure that out. I guess it is Hereditary because she said that she wanted that first son, and Toni Collette's like, no, not my baby, take this one.
What I love about the way the movie unfolds is that, like I said, it just ends up in this fucking weird demon place where anything's possible. People burning on fire, people cutting their own heads off, people up on the, like, anything can happen. Anything can happen in this movie. But it doesn't start that way. If you tell people to watch Hereditary, they'll be like, oh, that's that movie where the little girl loses her head, right? I don't want to watch that.
That's all I knew.
But that's not what the movie's about. The movie becomes about something completely different. And it's so crazy that it just goes off in these directions.
That is tough. Like that whole 5 minutes, whatever it is,
it's
it is
unbearable. It's unbearable.
It's not because of the head losing. It's especially if you're like a parent. I think that's the thing. Toni Collette's grief and stuff as a parent, like you're like, you fuck. She does it good. Like I can't imagine what it would be like to have something like that happen.
No.
But Toni Collette, she is incredible in this movie.
Yes, this is one of the best performances I've ever seen in a movie. And like I said, that scene at the table where I know it's the script too, so it's not just her coming up with it in the moment, but it feels so real and raw when she's like, gives him some benefit of the doubt and then takes it right back. She's like, because of what you did and you can't admit it and I can't forgive you. And it's just like, it's so heartbreaking. And it's so funny because it's like a mirrored moment of what happens in the car when he drives away, where I'm watching it and I'm like, I don't know how to feel about this either. Because she's right and she's wrong. And he's right and he's wrong.
Turns out, though.
That's why Gabriel Byrne's silent, because he's like, I don't even know whose side I'm on this. I would like you to stop fighting.
Not the crazy cult lady, because that's what she was.
Not
she
yet.
had some of that payment inside of her.
Well, everybody got a little payment inside of there at some point.
They did. Not Gabriel Byrne. Well, he just got burned.
He got burned.
I don't think he ever had anything inside him. I don't know how that book works either. Anyway, I don't.
No.
Because it was supposed to burn her, because she was tied to it.
That's another great, unbelievable scene of her trying to kill herself, but not being able to kill herself. And then she's like saying goodbye to him and telling how she's the love of his life. And he's just standing there like, okay, we need to get help.
He'd already given up at that point. And
I like though that, like, because he's a psychologist or whatever he is, that he wouldn't even give in to her delusion to throw it in the fire.
Right.
Because I don't believe any of this, and I'm not going to give into your delusion, and I'm not going to bother proving to you that you're wrong. Because I'm not feeding into this anymore, because I'm done.
And that's why he died. He should have been paying attention. If somebody comes up, that's what these three movies have taught me. If somebody comes up, tells you that they see ghosts, or there's a vampire next door, or, grandma's a cult member, just listen to them.
Well, what they taught me was that they should put Toni Collette in more leading roles, because holy shit. Because I think she's the best actor in The Sixth Sense. I think she's a part of an ensemble that is all just way too good to be in Fright Night.
That movie's awesome.
And I think she's so incredible in Hereditary that it's got to be the defining performance of her career. It just has to be.
Now, who do you think is better crazy, her or Mia Goth and Pearl? Because that was my standard for, hey, this person is fucking insane.
Pearl, because it's actually her. There's possession things going on in Hereditary that it's not always just as clear as it's Annie.
I think it is 100% Annie until those moments.
Until Gabriel Byrne burns and then her face goes blank.
But she was taken over.
But her craziest shit happens after that. Popping out of the fucking thing, cutting her head off.
I think she was crazier before because they talked about her sleepwalking and trying to burn her children alive. She kept going back and forth. I didn't know if grief was going to unravel her mind, but it seems as if she's had issues for fucking ever. There were little clues. I can't remember because, Colin Farrell blinded out, like burned all the things from my memory about this movie. But
we should bring up too that she makes little dollhouses.
Yeah, right. She makes little
miniatures, including one of the accident that took her.
Oh, that was fucking when she started recreating shit and in miniature form.
My favorite thing in that is that she's so defensive of it. She's like, "What? No." She's like, "What?" He's like, "What do you think would happen if Peter sees it?" She's like, "What? It's a neutral view of the accident." And she's like, "That's what I believe." And then he's like, "All right, well, I'm done with this. Come downstairs." She's like, "Well, I'll make dinner." She's like, "No, I made dinner. You just come downstairs." He's trying so hard.
That's what I mean. I think her crazy stuff came before that. Like, that's where I love the performances because I didn't know. I'm like, I don't know what to do with you. Like, what? You've got things that are real with your grief. You've got clear mental health issues, but also you might just be kind of a bitch. Like, I don't know.
You know what she's incredible at in all three of these movies, but really Hereditary, is playing things that should come across as over the top, and they never feel over the top. I don't know what kind of talent that is to be like, I'm playing this either for comedy, heightened as in Fright Night, or for drama in Sixth Sense, or for horror in Hereditary, but none of it feels false, even though she's screaming and a lunatic. Or just being like a parody of a mother character in Fright Night.
I love that
it all
performance.
works. That it all feels right. And how does that's incredible to me, because it's all dialed up past. It's all heightened for absurdity. Every one of them.
Yeah. Well, not for absurdity necessarily.
I think so. I think so.
It's heightened for whatever they're going for.
I don't think mothers talk to their sons the way she does in Fright Night. Where about
Sure she
basically
does.
she walks around for the first two scenes being like, "Got to get me some dick."
Well, because Colin Farrell.
I get it.
And he's got that vampire charisma.
I get it.
It works on everybody, even his girlfriend. And he ate her too. He eats everyone. He was really just picking on Peter. No, that was in the second movie. Who was, you know what? His name, Anton Yelton's name was Peter.
I don't know what it was.
It's Peter now. They're all named Peter, so I can remember these things.
Do you have any credit check stuff before?
You know, so here's the thing.
I watched all 3 credits.
Good, because I watched them, and then I could not find any of my...
Pete, these are the 3 least interesting credits I've ever seen. 2 of them specifically. I watched the credits for Hereditary, and I was like, there's not one interesting thing in the credits of Hereditary. There was a
Okay.
honey wagon guy, but that's about it.
Ooh.
And then I watched the credits for, because I went back into this. I watched the credit for The Sixth Sense. There's 0 interesting things in the credits of Sixth Sense. No best boys in any of these, by the way.
I remember that.
And then I watched the credits for Fright Night. There's one and only one interesting thing in the credit for Fright Night.
What?
They had a helicopter pilot in Vegas
Okay.
and a helicopter pilot in New Mexico. Why didn't they use the same guy? He had a helicopter.
That is a good
This is
question.
the only thing I found of any interest. I did write down the movie numbers if you want them.
Good, because that's what I do want.
The Sixth Sense, 36763. These are the MPAA registered movie numbers.
Whatever that means.
Motion Picture Association of America. The Fright Night, 46679. I feel like we had a 46 recently.
2011, huh?
And Hereditary, 51363.
All right, so they are going up.
Yeah, we've established that pretty
you've
much on the
established
second
that.
movie.
I wonder what the first movie was.
We talked about this. I did look it up, but I didn't write it down too. I said it was Train Coming at Camera, and Mark said it was the jockey on the horse from the clip they had. Nope.
All right. Well, anyway, I couldn't find it, and then right before we came down here, I did find it, but apparently I only wrote down for Hereditary. Now, I agree there was a honey wagon. Good catch. Isn't it fun? Honey wagon drivers are the best. But I also wrote down Gabriel Byrne equals Muppet. And here's something you missed in the credits. I've never seen this before. There was a head wrangler, a wrangler, an animal wrangler ant, and an animal wrangler. There were so many questions. Like, was the wrangler just for normal people? Like he wrangled peoples?
He's Genes.
Maybe. The head wrangler just for the heads that were lopped off and rolling around. He had to keep them in check. Clearly, ants are their own special breed.
There were a lot of heads in there.
Right. So, but there was a head wrangler and a wrangler.
I don't remember any ants in Hereditary.
They were all over the.
I didn't know
girl's
Toni
head.
Collette had a sister.
She did. That was the crazy one, the cult member.
Because
that
it was Peter's aunt. See how many times it was going to take for you to get to it.
I've got real mysteries here. What are these? Why are there so many wranglers? There's a wrangler for everything. But yeah, then I didn't bother to write down the other ones because I lost my notebook. So I'm glad you did some research. I did remember watching The Sixth Sense going, there's nothing.
There was nothing.
Like, nobody interesting.
The only thing vaguely interesting is how many assistants that Mr. Willis needs. And then the last one just says, Bruce Willis did this. And I'm like, why is he Bruce in this one? But he's Mr. Willis. And these 17 people working for Mr. Willis.
He had his own drivers, his own security.
It was unreal how many. He had a hair person, even though he had that hair. It was the whole thing. Every third credit was assistant to Mr. Willis, bank operator for Mr. Willis.
That's pretty funny.
It was crazy how many things he had on that. I'm surprised the budget was as low as it was because he apparently was feeding families.
Yeah, half the credits go to people working for Willis.
It was crazy.
Working for Willis. All right. No, I found Nick Cage stuff too.
No shit.
Well, because I lost him, right? So I wanted to find something for Thanksgiving, but I had lost everything. But when I found this new notebook, this was clearly for the Godzilla thing. But Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
Right? he had a jacket that he was wearing. Nick Cage did, see, on Willy's Wonderland set. Mm-hmm. He was wearing that jacket. And one of the crew people was like, oh, that jacket's incredible. And Nick Cage was like, it is. Here, you can have it. And he gave it to the guy.
I saw, if you want Nick Cage update,
yeah.
I saw The Carpenter's Son.
How was it?
I didn't dislike it as much as other reviews seem to.
People didn't like it? Is he a Jesus or what?
He's Joseph. He's never called that in the movie. They're never called Joseph, Mary, and Jesus, but it's clearly Joseph, Mary, and Jesus. Like in every way, it's clearly them, but it's just called the boy and the carpenter and the mother. But it's clearly a Jesus story from his teenage angst years. And I called it Smallville. It's Jesus the Smallville years because it's a young man coming into his powers, learning about his heritage, learning his real father is. He even has a little Lex Luthor friend who's the devil who's trying to corrupt him. It's Smallville. It's Smallville. But I didn't dislike it.
This is incredible.
What's funny about it is that you're getting a Nick Cage performance.
Of course.
And
every performance he gives is a Nick Cage performance.
And everyone's speaking English, so it's not weird that he's speaking English, but it is weird that he's speaking Nick Cage. And I know you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. That's Nicolas Cage.
But I didn't dislike him in it. I didn't dislike the movie's kind of beautiful, like to look at.
Huh.
And it's got its setting in Egypt in like year 6 or whatever the fuck it would be. I don't know. It's 16 years later, so year 24 or whatever fucking year it is.
Is it when Jesus died or was born? What is 0 supposed to start at?
I don't think that's right. I think that's like a myth. I think he was supposed to be born somewhere between like year 2 and 6 or something like that. I don't think that had anything to do with the way
they had real calendars back then.
That's what I mean. I don't think that thing we always heard was real. I don't know. I kind of liked it. It was a dark period in the Jesus story you don't get.
I like it
because they don't talk about these times as much. So that's cool. It's not a pro. It's like I said, Smallville. So it's not like it's beating you over the head with religion stuff.
Despite having a Jesus as your main character.
Yeah, and in a weird way, it wasn't beating you over the head with any of that stuff.
Huh.
I kind of liked it, and I walked into the theater going, yeah, I saw it right before Keeper.
Oh, okay.
And I liked it better than Keeper, and I was like, you know what?
Is that just because Keeper was so bad?
Keeper was bad.
So
Keeper was bad. Keeper was bad for script reasons. I don't think it was the director's fault, and I think him and Tatiana Maslany make it kind of as good as they can. He didn't write the script.
Okay. They just wanted to do it because they did the monkey.
And it gets wild in the last act. It just doesn't feel earned at all.
Okay.
And it's like a haunted house movie for an hour, and the last half hour is like finding out what it is, and it's like, it feels like you didn't give me any breadcrumbs that connect this well enough to be anticipating it or excited by it. And I usually would be excited by how weird it gets, and it gets fucking weird. And I usually be really into that, but it just feels so disconnected. So like, why did I watch this first hour that was boring as shit if it wasn't going to do anything to build me up to where it was going? But Carpenter's Son, like, should you watch it? No. But there is one great scene where he yells at Mary because he questions, like, whose father is that? Like, my faith. He's like, I'm taking a lot on faith here. And he's just yelling. But then he yells in Nicolas Cage way, like, you robbed me of my faith.
Imagine if Maury Povich was alive in Jesus times.
He knows who the father is. It's the question of whether he can believe it and trust it or not. And that's a fair question. It's always been a fair question of, okay, a woman in year 0 or year 2 is like pregnant and unwed, right? Or whatever. And he's like, oh no, I'm sorry, just pregnant. And it's not, if it's not, that's a good story.
Joseph was an anal only guy from what I understand.
That's right. So she's like making shit up and it's a pretty good lie. But we see that it's not a lie in this because he's healing things and learning about
his powers.
And I thought it was all kind of cool. And I thought the young guy that was Jesus was pretty good. And, Nicolas Cage was Nicolas Cage and Mary was FKA Twigs from The Crow.
I never saw that one.
No, and she's fine. I
don't even know who she is. That's her name, FKA?
Yeah, formerly known as Twigs. So I guess her name was Twigs.
Is this like a prince?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't know. It was way better looking than a movie of its budget probably should have been. It's a movie that seems like it only got made because Nick Cage said yes to it because they're letting him just be Nick Cage. And I don't know. I don't like religious movies, as you know. Never really interested in the story, but this one was kind of like interesting enough. Jesus being tempted by a young little Satan to break.
Was Satan a girl?
No.
Oh.
Being tempted to, not even tempted to do bad things at first. It's more just like,
steal eggs.
I know who your father is, and I know things you don't know, and you should look into these things. And It was pretty good. I don't know.
chucking rocks at trains that pass by.
Nobody else seemed to like it. I liked it.
Really? Well, you know what? It's a good thing that this new quote I found out about Nicolas Cage talking about people making fun of him or, his acting, things like that. He says he no longer looks at anything as a diss. He sees it more.
Is it that?
No, he sees it more as a recognition of some sort of expression.
I mean, it's just weird that he's yelling like Nick Cage in the middle of this movie.
I really want to see it now. I want to see Jesus' dad.
There's a weird moment.
Is it like the Arcadian? Does he have to fight off the devil at the end?
No. No, he goes looking for his son, though. And it's because he's been tempted over to follow the devil into, or Satan, as they call him. I mean,
it's not hard to find him. He ends up stuck to that tree.
It's pretty good. I don't know. I liked it.
Does
I don't
it end
like
with
religion
him
movies.
dying or no?
Who?
Jesus.
No, it's happening when he's like 13.
Oh, he's only 13?
I told you, it's a period of teenage. It's Smallville, man.
Okay.
He's still got to get to Metropolis.
They were like in high school, though, in Smallville. I didn't realize he was that young.
He's still got to get to Metropolis. And
I wonder what Metropolis is in Jesus.
Nicolas
land.
Cage dies in it. Spoiler alert. And I was left to be like, well, that happens in Smallville, too. Pontiac does die in Smallville. And I was left to think, like, I don't even know what happened to Joseph. I have no idea what happened to Joseph. You know what happened to Jesus? I don't know what happened to Joseph or Mary. And it's like all those stories you got to hear every, Christmas or whatever when I had to go to church and stuff. I'm just like, I have no idea what happened to these people. So I looked it up. No one knows. You feel like be character to continue following in the story, but nobody knows.
I thought that Jesus had like brothers and sisters born the more traditional way, the non-anal way.
I learned that from Dogma, but I don't know if that makes it true.
I haven't seen Dogma since whenever.
It's the only time I would know that that's true. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. They're not in this movie.
There's the goddamn Da Vinci Code. That one says that there was a whole bloodline.
So it also not.
This is like vampire rules. Everybody gets to make up their own.
Listen, I'm going to go right back to the beginning on this one. I have trouble with the story right from the start. What happened to these characters after the part where she gave birth to someone as a virgin? I have questions.
It can totally happen. That's what Kitty's Tide happened with both my kids. I've got little Jesus babies.
Unfortunately, I know that you had sex with Kitty beforehand because we had an apartment together. And I would hear nothing in a female voice, but some grunting going on.
Yes. I'm a grunter.
Yes. And it's stunned silence on the other end of that.
Yeah. That's how I know I'm doing good, when she's real quiet. And sometimes she starts to snore. And that's when I know I'm doing really good, because that's her
Put your ass
equivalent
to sleep.
That's her equivalent of grunting, is snoring slightly when I'm in the middle of things.
That's right. Middle of things.
That's right.
Ben Grimm's.
There's three things I've realized. There's Ben Grimm, there's John Carpenter's, and then there's the Addams Family hand.
What about the remake or the prequel?
No, that one
It's
doesn't
also
count.
called The Thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't count. It's not John Carpenter's. What am I? The remake, The Thing?
You do know that the name of the Addams Family hand is not The Thing.
Yeah, it is.
His name is actually Thing.
No, it's The Thing.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Disagree.
It's The Thing. That's why do you think they call him TT Boy?
Why do I think that?
Yeah.
Because you have brain damage. All right, we're going to go. This was our Toni Collette. She's incredible. She only gets roles as mothers, 4 horror movies. She's only ever the mother. I think that there might be an issue.
She is fucking incredible as the mother, though, every time.
But I think there might be an issue with the variety of characters that women are allowed to play in these movies.
What else can a woman be? An aunt?
An aunt.
A grandma? I mean, they all have different jobs, right?
There is something, every one of those movies, her character is defined as the mother of a male child.
That's right.
That is worrisome in a way, I think.
God damn, but I didn't.
Which mother's the best? Which one's the best mother?
It's
gotta be
clearly Fright Night.
Yeah.
Fright Night's well, Jesus Christ. The
No,
last
hold
one.
on. She's a pretty good mom in The Sixth Sense.
I was going to say The Sixth Sense is fine, but that kid's got a lot of trauma going on, and she's not in a headspace to be helping. Like, there's a lot of...
No, but she's really trying to.
I know she is. But
and she's compassionate about it.
That's
Except
fine.
for one scene where she loses it on him.
That's not as fun as the grown-up Toni Collette, where she's got a teenage son and she's kind of relaxed.
These are all the same character.
They are.
Yeah.
That's what I'm pushing. They were all the same character. And then she
survives the first two, so she dies in the third
Yep.
one.
This is the through line. I didn't know what it was, why you picked Toni Collette, but I figured it out.
No, it was more about how Sam Neill has 3 leading roles, and she's relegated to background mother.
That's
background mother.
God damn that stuff, because that's not fair.
And I think she's a better actor than Sam Neill was. So, Possession, I can't even, what am I supposed to say, though? Possession.
I want to watch that again.
We'll get to it eventually.
That movie's good.
I don't know if anybody else could have been in Possession other than Sam Neill. I just don't know who else could have done it.
He was creepy as shit at the end, too.
Because it feels like anybody who tries to do it now, and there's supposed to be a remake coming at some point. Anybody who tries to do, I don't know if they'll even attempt to do what they did in this one, but anybody who tries to act like that now will just come off as like a parody of it. This felt so...
Well, maybe it'll be like Fright Night, because I didn't see the first one, so I don't think a lot of people saw Possession. I'd certainly never heard of it until you made me watch it.
Yeah.
And I fucking love it. So
no, it's one of the best movies ever made.
It's possible that they...
And a rewatchable one, unlike Hereditary, which you don't get real excited to watch again, even though you know she's good in it.
She's great in it, but...
Great movie to watch reaction videos to.
I don't do that. I watch it again. I make people watch them with me.
But
usually Kitty.
It's a great one to watch reaction videos to, because it's some stunning stuff, some very complex emotional stuff that people don't know what to do with their hands. They're like, what am I supposed to do? What do you do? Drive the car away? Where are you going to the hospital? What's happening? Losing their minds.
So that was Ari Aster, huh?
It was, yep.
And then he went on to
Midsommar with Florence Pugh,
who's also great.
But and Chidi from The Good Place was in it.
I like him. And then he's just gone on to do Joaquin Phoenix movies. All right,
yeah,
that's a name I've heard before. Who is it? Eggers who did the Vivitch?
Yes.
All right,
he did that one, and then he did
The Lighthouse.
And then he did The Northman.
Okay.
And then he did
Northman was kind of forgettable. So was Nosferatu.
And then he's doing a werewolf one.
I'm excited for the werewolf one.
Next Christmas.
I'm a werewolf guy, Brian.
I know. And did you see Frankenstein?
Not yet. It's on my list. I hear it's good.
Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
I
hear it's pretty.
I'm sure you didn't read my review. I wondered, because of his love of the James Whale movies, if he was doing any kind of an homage to those, to be like, let's update this canon for modern stuff.
Okay.
He doesn't. He goes back to the Shelley book, changes some things, obviously. But he decided he was going to try to make the best adaptation of the Shelley book.
Okay.
He does. But...
Is that like saying it's the best adaptation of Dracula?
Yes, it's not the best Dracula movie. The best adaptation of the book is not the best Dracula movie. And the best adaptation of Frankenstein is not the best Frankenstein movie. So I was left feeling like I did with Nosferatu. Somebody made the best version of this. We can put it away for a while now. But it's not Bride of Frankenstein. And that's... Remember I said the thing about James Whale that always fascinated me was that he rewrote the definitive text on Frankenstein? Because when people think Frankenstein, they think this.
Right.
This felt like Guillermo del Toro trying to give it back to Mary Shelley and make his stamp on, this will be the definitive version of Frankenstein.
Good luck.
It didn't. It isn't. That's the problem. But it will be for a lot of people who never see those Universal movies because we're 80, 90 years past them. But it's not the most interesting Frankenstein movie. The most interesting Frankenstein movie is Bride of Frankenstein. So there's something to be said for the enduring quality of that, rewriting that story in your own way was just, it just is better than doing it her way. It's weird, but it's just true. Even in the hands of a master with a great cast, it just was better when James Whale did it.
So in Del Toro's Frankenstein, it's like the more human looking Frankenstein. Yeah. Okay. Good luck selling Frankenberry at Halloween with that face on the cover.
It was really good. It changed something I never liked about the story for the positive.
I don't know what you don't like.
In that story, I never liked the resolution of the story where they never, like, at the end of Bride of Frankenstein, there's a moment where Frankenstein's monster forgives him and says, you live, you stay, and we die, because monsters deserve to die. And I always liked that idea better, that there was some kind of resolution to the story other than he got there too late and Victor was dead. I never liked that. And this rewrote it where, coolest thing in the movie, first half is told by Frankenstein while he's in the boat in the Arctic, like everything. Frankenstein monster shows up halfway through and says, now I'm going to give you my half of the story. It's cool because it gives the story back to him. I really like that. And then at the end, they do find some peace before he dies. And I like that ending better. So he changed some things for the better. He also changed some other things. Elizabeth isn't Frankenstein's woman in this one. It's his brother's woman. And I kind of like that better too, because Dr. Frankenstein is a fucked up weird guy. And I like that she's like, yeah, I'm not into that because you're a fucked up weird guy. And I really enjoy that he would be alone like that because it's better parallel to the... So he made really strong changes, and I really liked the movie a lot. It was one of the, I think it's going to probably be in the top 10 this year. But it's just, he came for the crown and he missed, you know?
That's fine. You don't try. Never try. That's the lesson you take away.
My lesson I took away was I'd be more interested if Guillermo del Toro had tried to make an updated version of the 2 whale movies than I was that he tried to make an updated version of Shelley's novel. And that's the one thing no one's tried to do.
What do you mean by updated? Just set in modern times, or
no? You can remake them in the same time period. Just play with the same ideas that he played with, which is the nonverbal monster, and it is the comedy that he throws into Bride of Frankenstein. And first of all, the whole idea of the Bride of Frankenstein is barely in Frankenstein as a novel, and it's barely in the movie.
Yeah,
and
I don't even remember it in the novel.
It doesn't happen. It's like he wants it to happen, but it doesn't happen. The thing that Branagh changed in his version was that he does have the scene where the creation happens. And then she kills herself because she actually has the autonomy in that one. So that's my favorite thing about the Branagh one. The problem with the Del Toro one is it's stuck under the shadow of the Branagh one a little bit because there's only so many ways to make that era of England look. There's only so many ways of dress. So I'm watching and I'm like, fuck, it looks like the Branagh one. Like better, but it looks like the Branagh one. And I'm like looking at the same streets and houses.
Victorian England.
And I'm like, I don't want to look at that. I want to look at fucked up castles and windmills. Like that's what I want. I want what Whale did.
Okay.
And I wish that...
Well, then I won't watch it.
No, I think you should. It's great. But I wish Del Toro would have wanted to incorporate more of that. Now, Oscar Isaac does have more Colin Clive in him than any Frankenstein I've seen played since.
I didn't know Oscar Isaac was in it. Good for him.
He's Dr. Frankenstein. And he's doing more Colin Clive in the first movie. And even in the second movie. Because after he's like broken down, you're getting some of the, I feel like the Colin Clive that was... near the end of life, like beaten down.
Okay.
Like, he's giving you some of those extremes and heights that are really good. I really liked Oscar Isaac in this a lot.
Yeah, I like Oscar Isaac as well. And does his twin Jake Johnson star in it?
No,
they are twins though, right?
They do look alike now that you mention it.
I get them confused all the time.
They do look a little alike, but no, I liked it a lot. I just wish that there'd been a little bit more Whale in there. He wanted to give it back to Shelley, and I'm like, I don't think it's Shelley's story. And that's a problem that I have with it that most people won't have, but I just don't think it's her story anymore.
The eternal question, the ocean or the beach? The whale or the Shelley? Yeah. So that was us giving thanks to Toni Collette.
So I apologize to Toni Collette for all of that. We have next week Pete's after Thanksgiving mashed potato mashup. Pete, what you thinking about watching this time?
I have already seen Weapons.
Okay.
I think I got to go see what movies I watched this year, but I'm going to hit Sinners because that's another one that a lot of people talk about and I want to see it really badly.
Okay.
So Weapons, Sinners, did we do the Arcadian? Was that this year or last year?
It was last year.
That was last year?
We didn't do the monkey. That was this year.
Okay, we could do the monkey in there. Although I think we already talked about the monkey already. We hit the highlights. But we'll throw it all in. And then you can bring up movies too. Just whatever. Well, you've seen way more movies than me. I'll look at the movies, and then I'll bring them up.
All right.
All right, but you know two that we're doing for sure.
Yes.
Because those...
two big ones.
Yeah. Superman might make an appearance again.
We did Superman.
I really like Superman, though.
We did so much Superman, I had to put it in the title of an episode. We did half an episode on Superman.
And Superman has some issues going on with the movie, but
sure,
gosh, it's fun.
I know. Like I said, not a perfect movie. It's got a lot of flaws. Nobody will ever take away how I felt walking out of that movie feeling like, holy shit, they made a great Superman movie.
Right? Shockingly.
Did they? I don't know, but I thought they did.
Weapons and Sinners, that's on the list.
All right, that'll be a big one next week.
Mashed potato mashup.
Yep, mashed potato mashup 3. See you next week.